There's a strange kind of emptiness no one warns you about. Your life isn't falling apart. Nothing is really wrong. You wake up, you function, you smile, you do what you're supposed to do. And yet, something feels missing. Not pain, not sadness, just a quiet, uncomfortable nothing. And the worst part is, you feel like you have no right to feel this way. If you've ever thought, why do I feel empty when my life is objectively fine? This is for you. Because this emptiness doesn't come from failure. It comes from something much harder to notice. Most people think emptiness comes from loss, a breakup, a mistake, a crisis. But the emptiness you're feeling is different. It shows up when you're doing everything right, when you're stable, when you're productive, when you're surviving well. Yet inside, you feel disconnected from your own life. This kind of emptiness doesn't scream, it whispers. And because nothing looks wrong from the outside, you start blaming yourself for feeling it. Here's the truth most people never hear. You don't feel empty because your life lacks meaning. You feel empty because your identity hasn't been updated. At some point in your life, you learned how to survive. You learned how to be responsible, how to be useful, how to be agreeable, how to stay strong. That version of you worked. It protected you. It helped you adapt. But survival identities are meant to be temporary. When life becomes stable and you keep living from survival mode, your inner world goes quiet. Not peaceful, quiet in a numb way. People often say you should be grateful, that others have it worse, that you should be thankful for what you have. But gratitude doesn't fix this feeling, because gratitude speaks to circumstances, and this emptiness comes from disconnection. You can appreciate your life and still feel like you're not really living it. This isn't ingratitude, it's misalignment. Here's a question most people avoid asking themselves. Who are you when no one needs anything from you? Not when you're useful, not when you're productive, not when you're being good. Many people feel empty because their entire identity is built around being reliable, being needed, being functional. And when life stops demanding survival, there's no role left to play. So the emptiness appears, not because you're broken, but because the role has expired. This feeling is confusing because you can't explain it. You can't point to a clear problem. You can't justify it logically. So you distract yourself. You stay busy. You scroll. You fill the silence. But emptiness isn't asking to be filled. It's asking to be listened to. It's a signal that says your life kept moving, but your inner self stayed behind. This isn't necessarily depression. It's not sadness. It's not a lack of motivation. It's identity lag. Your outer life has changed, but your inner story hasn't caught up yet. And until it does, everything feels flat, even the good moments. What actually helps isn't forcing happiness. It isn't chasing meaning. What helps is asking better questions. Who am I when I'm no longer trying to survive? What parts of me never had space to exist? What do I feel when I stop performing? These questions feel uncomfortable. That's why most people avoid them. But emptiness fades when presence replaces performance. If you feel empty even when life is fine, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means something inside you is ready to evolve. Emptiness isn't the end. It's the pause before an identity shift. Sit with it. Listen to it. Don't rush to fix it. Sometimes emptiness is just space, waiting for the real you to finally arrive.